Welcome to the channel. My name is Matisse. Today we're going to talk about Jim Shooter's original Secret Wars, and we're going to cover issues 2 and 3. Now, originally, this crossover in general, I didn't like it too much. I never went back and reread it. There's something in the story that just didn't gel with me, and recently I reread it, and I actually liked it a lot more. Like, the story's pretty meh, but there's some really cool details to it. Also, I do find it very irritating that Jim Shooter puts way too much unnecessary dialogue on each page. It really weighs down the story at moments. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, we start off with our heroes and villains. They're plopped on Battle World. The Beyonder, I guess this entity was bored and wanted to see some action. It wants to study human nature. It has promised that whoever wins this competition, unimaginable power. So what happens is our heroes are able to establish a base of operations, but they are attacked by the chosen villains. You have two characters sort of going off and doing their own thing. First, we have Doom, who tries to study the situation. He comes across Galactus, who has been defeated by the Beyonder. He also finds the Citadel that's going to become the base of operation of the bad guys. And then we have Magneto, who has no interest in this whole confrontation. He just flies off. He also finds his own base. You know, Jim Shooter really sets up the fact that in this story, he's going to show Magneto not to be a straight-off villain, that he's his own thing. He wants to protect mutants at all costs, and that leads him to do bad things, but he's not like a straight-up bad guy. So we have this first confrontation between the good guys and the bad guys. They're able to defeat them. They're on the run, and they're able to find Doom's Citadel. And the thing is that they do not want to submit themselves to Doom, but Victor wastes no time in subjugating them. So Magneto realizes that his base needs an energy core, so he pays the heroes a visit. He decides to steal one. Cap and crew, because obviously Captain America is the leader to the good guys, try to stop him. Magneto wipes the floor with them. And he actually takes Wasp as a hostage. He takes her back to his base, and this is going to set up a relationship between Magneto and Wasp. It's really, really weird. That Stockholm Syndrome kicks in very fast with Wasp. Like, she's in his arms very quickly. So we have this situation with the X-Men who are with the heroes, obviously, but amongst its members, they start deliberating if they should go with Magneto. So I guess Jim is trying to emphasize this idea of tribalism. Also, very obviously, he's trying to create sources of conflict because he needs a lot of action for these issues. We have Spider-Man who overhears this whole deliberation. I don't want to say he was eavesdropping, but the thing is that he totally freaks out and he wants to warn the rest of the heroes because he thinks that the X-Men have become villains. And this part of the story is actually really cool. So obviously, the X-Men try to stop him. We have a brief conflict between the Webhead and our merry mutants. But Spidey's able to escape, and when he's about to warn the rest of the heroes, he gets mind-wiped by Xavier. And I love that when push comes to shove with Xavier, he's totally willing to do something very ethically questionable. It's one of the big hallmarks of this character. Then what happens is the story cuts to Dr. Doom. He has found two random ladies just walking around Battle World because later on we're going to discover there's a piece of Earth there. I'm not sure if it was Denver, Colorado. I might be wrong. But the thing is that Doom wants to create two loyal enforcers to him. So he subjects these two women to this transformation experiment. And when they come out, we basically have the birth of Titania and Volcana. And Titania, in general, she's like really priceless. She's always trying to show off that she is the strongest there is, and she's a badass. always trying to one-up any male character. And the thing is that it's established very early on that when she crossed paths with Absorbing Man, he falls in love with her right off the bat. Just in case, I must note, Absorbing Man was part of Doom's forces on Battleworld. It is literally on the first panel where you see both characters together. She has them hook, line, and sinker. And also, at the same time, I just realized that Volcana and Molecule Man also meet in this story, and the same thing happens to them. But with the roles reversed, where Volcana falls madly in love with the simplicity and humility that Molecule Man has. And at the end of the third issue, we have a brief little skirmish between our heroes and villains where the bad guys sort of come out on top. But we're going to leave things here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.